I do. So as Sarah said, I've been doing this for 14 years. I am a trained life coach, and I specialize in relationships. So I was one of the first 700 life coaches that went through the very first life coaching training program. So way back when, in, I don't know, whatever it was, 2009 or however many, 14 years ago it was. I was one of the very first group of coaches that got certified as a master coach. And then I specialized in relationships. So I've been doing this for a really long time. I've worked with thousands of clients. I work with people in all stages of relationships. So people who are single, people who are in a relationship and may be struggling, or people who are in a relationship and want their relationship to go further. I work with people who are going to break up, and in all the stages in between. And I do give very practical guidance, because if you understand what relationships are about and how human beings work in relationships, eventually the other person gets bored, disinterested, they just go away. So when we take up too much room in a relationship, even if how we're taking up the room is by giving, by being generous, by fixing, by doing all the things the other person is not doing, when we take up too much room, we just simply, there is no longer a relationship. Because by definition, a relationship is two people dancing, interacting, and hopefully to a fairly equal extent, right? So the other piece is, for many of us, I mean, life is hard, right? I mean, life can be hard. We can all have a positive attitude, but you know, you got to take care of the money, you got to take care of your health, and as you get a little bit older, there's issues. I mean, life is hard, right? So when you get something good like a relationship, and it feels good and it's the beginning, and there's excitement, and there's sexuality, and all of that stuff, it's very easy to take that and to use it like a drug, so that you don't have to feel and deal with whatever it is about life that's not working, you haven't handled, you don't want to look at. And so a lot of people do that. In fact, a lot of people look for a relationship specifically for that reason. You know, life isn't quite exactly the way they want. Oh, I know, I need a relationship. That'll make me happy. So they take a relationship and they use it to make themselves feel good. The problem is that at some point that relationship will stop bringing all the joy, because it's being used for things it should not be used for. And then you find out you still have to deal with your life. So it's better to, no matter how good a relationship feels, it's better to make sure that the rest of your life is so good, or that you're working on it, that the relationship is never so addictive that it becomes your own. So if what you were asking me is it a good idea to overinvest in a relationship, the answer is no. The answer is absolutely no, no matter how good it feels. Find something else that feels as good. And it's also not a good idea to invest more than your partner is investing. So especially if you're a woman, you want to match your partner but never outpace them. Because men typically invest in relationships slower than women. And if you outpace your partner, you scare him and you turn him off, and he gets off the dance floor because he